Hello, everyone. Welcome back to In the Yard Podcast with your hosts, Collin and Braeden Cox. And today we're joined by another special guest, my good cousin, Frankie, diehard Phillies fan. Frank, how's it going?
Going good. Happy to be here. I'm fired up.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Of course.
So tell us, Frankie, where are you coming from exactly today?
Right now I'm in the heart of Philadelphia. City's rocking. Every day I walk outside, going to work. Everyone's got their Phillies hats or jerseys on. It's electric.
Yeah. So that leads me into my first question for you, Frankie. What is it like living in Philadelphia as the Phillies take a commanding 2-0 lead over the Diamondbacks? Like, just what are the vibes? What's it feel like? And just how is it? I feel like it's awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible. You know, you walk outside, you're going to the grocery store, you hear a conversation next to you saying, is Nola have on the mound tonight? Like, who's dealing this and that? Everyone's got red on. It's Red October. We stay true to it.
Yeah. Nice. So what do you do? Have you gone to any postseason games yet this year? I know you went to a couple last year. Have you hit any yet this year? And if not, would you just go to Xfinity Live or something? What do you do?
Yeah, I went to a couple last year. I consider it bad luck now, so I can't force myself to go to a game. So I'm going to every bar there is, Xfinity Live for sure, and just get in the atmosphere to see the games and be just in the heart of it all.
Yeah. It's bad luck for you, also bad luck for your bank account, if you ask me.
Yeah, you could say that for sure.
Did you see the ticket prices to get into the Diamondbacks was like $12 for like the nosebleeds?
Yeah. You could get a flight and the ticket there and maybe a hot dog at the stadium, and it would be cheaper to go there than it is to get a ticket here in Philly.
Yeah. I think the lowest price for a Philly was like $365, something like that.
They're not helping them out. They're not helping them out with the 2 p.m. local start either.
Yeah.
You're just asking for disaster in the desert.
You really are.
Frankie, from an outsider perspective, I just feel like this year's Phillies feel even different from last year's, even better, even more firepower, hitting a lot more home runs. I didn't really get the numbers compared to this year and last year, but I just feel like their offense has definitely improved, especially with Trey Turner, Schwarber hitting bombs. Bryce is always a threat, obviously. Castellanos having a postseason career crazy run here. What's it like? Is this surprising to you? Like, is this expected? How are you feeling?
Last year felt like a full-blown fluke, like we shouldn't have been there, but we were just on a magical run. Mm-hmm. This year, we got Trey, we have the pieces, kind of studded out our bullpen a little bit. Like, we expected to kind of be where we are now, and we got that Philly magic going right now too, so it's incredible. Literally, like, as soon as somebody gets hot, someone else catches fire, and it just keeps going. Castellanos, Schwarber, Harper on his birthday, blowing out 3-1. It was awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think last year was not, I wouldn't say it was surprising. I knew they had some firepower in the lineup, but, obviously had the magical run. But this year, they signed Trey in the offseason. Reese Hoskins goes down, but they were still expected to be back here, at least in the postseason. Then, obviously, the big series was Phil's Braves. Could they get past the Braves? But, they were definitely hot enough. Had that offensive power, had the great pitching. Nolan and Wheeler are dealing. Even Suarez kept the Braves in check Game 1 and Game 4, I think it was. So, I think this series looked that more dominant, even from an outsider perspective.
Have you guys seen either like the hype videos that the Phillies put out, and then Chase Utley put one out too, that the Braves never win in Philly or any of that good stuff?
I did see something along those lines, yeah.
Chills.
It's crazy, and I like what you guys said about how last year, it could be depicted as like a fluke, but like they had the team. I think the Braves and like I look at the Padres and like, we can talk all we want about the Padres, but that looked like a team that we were like, this is a team that could go and win the NL. Obviously didn't have the season this year. But after what they did last year, they only got better in the offseason. So I think everybody's expectations were just higher, for one. Even finishing second in the division to Atlanta. Trey Turner right before the game yesterday, they had a little bit before the game on TBS where he was like, it plays kind of to our advantage to not get that first round bye, right? Because look what happens. I mean, we've seen it through the playoffs so far. 3 of the 4 teams that had the first round bye are no longer in the playoffs. It's those wild card teams that are making their presence known. And he said, hey, listen, we got to play that first round against the Marlins, and that's when it kind of that's when the magic kind of started, right? Mm-hmm. And then the Braves came in and they were kind of shell-shocked. It was similar to last year. So, I think despite even the Braves having, an incredible year this year, the last thing they wanted to see was Philadelphia, and we predicted it on here as like, dude, if they get Philadelphia, it might get ugly. And look what happened.
Yeah.
I knew that Braves team was broke as soon as Arcia, I think how you say his name is, turned around to the fans.
Yeah.
They were chirping him. He was going back and forth.
Look. Yeah. That was a really bad look, especially for a veteran like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good look overall. I think unfortunately for the Diamondbacks, the Phillies are just getting hotter and hotter by the series. And also, as we saw yesterday, it was a close game for like the first 5 or 6 innings. Like it was like 2-0, 3-0. A couple solo pieces off of Merrill Kelly, but then as soon as they took him out, it's when it started to get really ugly. And then basically, next thing you know, it's 10-0 Phillies in the 8th. So just obviously just so dominant and powerful, and they just feels like there's no holes except for maybe who's the 9 hitter, Rojas.
Yeah.
Except for maybe him. He might be the little hole in the offensive line, but he's a stellar outfielder. So I guess he'll take it. He had that game-saving catch against Ronald Acuna Jr. So he'll take his defense. And if he does get on, I'm sure, does he steal a lot, Frankie? Does he have a tendency to steal?
He's been trying to like mix in bunts and like get a little runny like to him, but not yet. He's just not on base yet.
Yeah. All right, that's fine. I mean, he's making plays in center. So, I think, Frankie, I don't have any other questions regarding like the vibes of Philly for you anymore. Are you confident, obviously, going into Arizona? I know it's definitely not going to be anything like Philly. Maybe will it be like maybe a little too dead for the Phillies? Like, will they, kind of have like a shock? Feels like they haven't played an away game in like 2 weeks now, because they played 2 home against the Marlins and then 2 against the Braves, and then all the rest have been just 4 straight home games, I think it was. For the Phils. So do you think they'll be able to win in Arizona?
Yeah, so I'll tell you the truth. I'm so confident. Me and a couple of my boys from home they're planning their visit here already. So come Friday or Saturday, we'll be in Philly for when they clinch. So everyone's fired up. We see no losses in the near future, so we're pretty gassed up about it.
So are you saying on air right now, Phil's in 4? You don't think Diamondbacks can take one on their home turf at all?
Maybe. I would. My heart says Phil's in 5, to be honest with you. But I would. Phil's in 4, I'll take it. A nice Friday night. Get electric at Xfinity. I'm here for it.
That's awesome.
Would you almost rather them for 2 reasons? One, if they come back home, where obviously it'll be cool if they clinch at home to go to the World Series again. I'm sure Philly would be even more nuts than if they were to clinch in Arizona, obviously. But another reason would be you don't want them to win too early, because the World Series doesn't start. Braeden made this point to me yesterday. The World Series doesn't start till next Friday. So if they clinch on Friday or even Saturday, they'd almost have a week or almost a week off. Do you think? What are your thoughts on that? We've seen obviously having a week off doesn't really help teams like the Dodgers and the Braves and the Orioles here this past month. But yeah,
my argument is I think Texas is gonna get the sweep. So
okay.
I think both teams will have a little bit to prepare, and we'll both be coming out of the gate kind of the same level.
So it's an even playing field, regardless.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, Frankie, so if obviously very likely, I think at this point the Phils are going to make to the World Series again. Pretend that the ALCS was at 0-0 still, right? Would you rather be playing the Astros or the Rangers if you could choose who to play?
That's a good question. Honestly, I would like to see the Rangers. That's what you said, right? Rangers versus Astros. Who would I rather see?
Who would win? Like, who would you rather see between these last two teams there?
Yeah, I would rather see the Rangers just because I want like a fresh start.
Okay.
I just get bad deja vu if I see the Astros in the World Series again. Have they made it the past 4 times?
This is their 7th straight ALCS. They made the World Series in 2017, 2019, 2021, 2022, and 2023 if they win this year. So this would be their 5th in like 7 years if they make it to the World Series again.
It'd be their 3rd in a row.
Yeah.
Who's really rooting for them, to be honest?
Yeah.
No one.
At this point.
Yeah. Let's live in Houston.
But there's nothing in you that wants the rematch, that wants to best them this time.
Yeah, I've asked a couple of Phillies fans, like, no, give me the Astros. We want our revenge.
They're confident, man. They're confident. From what I've heard around work as well, dude, they all want the Astros because they're like, we can beat them.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's definitely 2 sides to it. The thing that scares me about the Astros are their big southpaw pitchers, the lefties. Other than that, I don't know. I would just rather a fresh start, but I kind of see both sides of it for sure.
And plus, the Astros are a little bit more experienced. I mean, I shouldn't say a little bit more. They've been in the ALCS 7 straight years.
Yeah.
So they've kind of been there, done that. Versus the Rangers, they have a lot of veterans on their team, but as a whole, they haven't really done it yet. So, pick your poison kind of deal. The Rangers are probably the hottest team of the 2, but the Astros have that long-term experience, so...
Yeah. From an outsider perspective, I'll give you my take. If I'm the Phillies right now, I know it could be a little recency bias since the Rangers have a 2-0 lead, but I think I'd rather see the Astros.
So would I.
Just because I think the Texas Rangers, I think they're better hitting this year, and their pitching has been really good the postseason. Eovaldi, they got Scherzer back tonight. Montgomery, he's a big lefty, pretty solid. So I don't know. I want to see Texas Rangers in there. I want to see Texas Philly World Series. Hopefully that's how it pans out. But yeah, I think that series would be just overall pretty fun and a lot of good pitching, but also a lot of good hitting. I feel like it'd be a good mix of the two. The Rangers and Astros would both have home field over Philly in the World Series, I believe.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
Yeah,
because
the opposite.
Yeah, because the Phillies were the 4 seed, right? And the
Phillies
Rangers
were the 4 seed.
The Phillies were the 4 seed, and the Astros.
The Astros were the 2 seed.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And the Rangers, I want to say
right.
the Rangers would play home because they had a better record than the Phillies.
So is it based off record or is it based off playoff seeding?
I don't know.
Because if it's based off record, I think Philadelphia would have home field regardless, right? Or no? No, because Philadelphia won what?
Almost 100 games.
Yeah, you're right. But the Astros were the 2 seed, the Rangers were the 5 seed. So if you get the Rangers, you get home field regardless.
Yeah,
I'm looking up right now.
Home field's the biggest thing for us. I think we're like, I just saw the stat the other day. It's like 12-2, might be more now, 14 since the past 2 games, but it's an insane home record in playoffs.
All right, let's see how home field advantage
Go ahead.
Plays out for all 4 possible. I'm just reading to myself. So if it's Diamondbacks, Rangers, it'll be Rangers. Diamondbacks, Astros. Astros have the home field. Astros, Phillies. It's the Phillies. What? But
yeah,
if it's Phillies, Rangers. If it's Phillies, Rangers, it's the Rangers.
Yeah, because the Rangers had the better regular season record, and then the Phillies probably had a better regular season record than... Oh, wait, no.
No, it doesn't make... All right, here, I'll read it to you right now. The Astros won the AL West and got a bye to the ALDS. They are the 2 seed in the AL, while the Phillies had to play in the wild card series and were the 4 seed in the NL. Still, the Phillies went into Houston and won 2 out of 3 from the Astros, April 28th to 30th. So it's when they played each other who won the series.
Oh, and then you know
going
what?
back,
you know what?
the Phillies went into Texas and had a 5-0 lead in the middle of the 4th on opening day.
Yep, I was just going to say opening day they got killed. I'm pretty sure they got swept that series.
The Phillies. They got the Rangers swept the Phillies, and that's why the Rangers will have home field. That's crazy.
You know what's funny is I was thinking about exactly that the other day because I wasn't thinking about the home field in my head, but I was like, it'd be really funny if the Phils and the Rangers met in the World Series because I remember opening day the Phils got killed by the Rangers in Texas.
That was before they were hot, though. Come on, Bryce was out, Trey was cold.
So wait, say that again.
Rhys Hoskins just went down.
So if it's Rangers Phils, the Rangers would have home field, but if it's Astros Phils, the Phils would have home field.
Yeah, so it has nothing to do with record or seeding. It's when they played each other, the head-to-head.
Okay.
I guess. That's what it sounds like.
Fair enough. It doesn't sound like Frankie's too concerned now.
Yeah, Frank.
You can give me any team up against the Red Hot Phillies right now. I'll take them.
Yeah.
Any team.
Definitely
Give me the 09... Give me the 2009 New York Yankees again. That's who I want to play.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be seeing the Yankees in the World Series anytime soon, unfortunately.
You know, we haven't talked about it yet, but we did talk about pitching a little bit, and we definitely need to give our flowers to what Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola are doing in these playoffs because it's just like
and Suarez even.
And Suarez, but like specifically I'm talking about the past 2 nights with this Diamondback series. Way to shut them down. They both went 6 innings, which you can't really ask for much more than that. They gave up like 3 hits. Both.
Yeah.
And it's like in a championship series against a team that's playing really well, you cannot ask for much more than that. And I saw some stat that was like of the 2 games, I think like the Phils have like 10 strikeouts. Like they've struck out 10 times in 2 games. And I think the Diamondbacks have struck out like 23 or 25 times. So like just night and day, it's clear. And yeah, yesterday was a blowout, but you know, all in all, like at the end of the day, like you can't really ask for much more from that, from your 2 aces. And then of course you got Ranger Suarez too, who's been playing really well.
Yeah. One thing, I noticed from the Diamondbacks is I feel like they went away from their brand of baseball. They have their old brand of baseball used to be, bunt, steal, hit and run, get on base, work at bats. I just feel like I haven't really seen that from the Diamondbacks. I think a lot of it has to do with obviously the good pitching, give credit where credit is due with Wheeler and Noah, shutting them down in game 1 and 2. But then also maybe intimidation factor of just playing in Philly. That could be another factor. And also, I think the Diamondbacks are just too young right now. If they've been here before, they know what it takes to win. I said this in the last episode. But I think this is a good experience for the Diamondbacks. They know what it's like to play in Philly and away, at a real away. I don't consider Milwaukee or LA as a real away, stadium compared to like Philly or the Bronx or something. But yeah, I think the Phillies are just taking care of business. It was a good run for the Diamondbacks so far. Maybe they could win a game or 2, make it a little interesting. But it's going to be tough for them. I just feel like this Phillies lineup is so hot right now. Literally every guy.
Dude, first pitch, swore bomb.
Yeah.
First pitch.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you were watching the game and he hits it and you're like, it's over. It's over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never been so confident watching the first pitch of a game and being like, they're not going to lose. They're not going to lose this game.
Yeah.
To start like that.
Sets the whole tone.
Crazy.
Frankie, were you obviously, Trey Turner had the slow start all the way till August, right?
Yeah.
Were you at the game when he got the standing ovation? I want to say you were. I feel like I saw something you were.
Yes.
Nice.
I stood up and
So what was that
clapped
like? And what was it like after that, seeing him hit the home run later that game and then just turning it around right after that? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, so I'll take you back even a little bit, a step farther.
Go ahead.
And I went to one of the Baseball USA games over like the spring in March, I saw Team USA play actually at Chase Field at the Diamondback Stadium. And this is when Trey Turner is on a home run streak where he's hot, no one's touching him. He starts in the Phillies, and it's a fluke. It's all downhill from there. So fast forward, he gets the standing ovie after playing a terrible stretch of baseball, and he starts to pick it up. And if you saw his numbers from that standing ovation until now, he's an all-star, like maybe even MVP caliber if the season kept going. Mm-hmm. So my older sister she used to call him Tina Turner because of how bad he used to be, and now we all respect him in the household. He's a stud, so I'm definitely rooting for him for sure. Him and Stott, middle infield, you can't ask for much more there.
Yeah, here's my take on it. Even if he had the worst regular season in the history of regular seasons, right? You got him to get back to the World Series. So as long as he would have performed in the postseason, which obviously he has done, you would take that. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, Trey Turner, didn't have a great season or whatever," but he turned it around in August and then has been tearing it up this postseason. So I'm sure a lot of people are eating their words now at this point.
Yes,
he's batting,
including Kira.
Yep.
I think he's batting like 500 or something like that in the playoffs, or maybe
he was batting 500 yesterday or something.
Yeah, some crazy. Like he's just like
it's nuts.
Yeah, it's like, how do you even game plan? How do you even you can't. You can't. It's like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's very impressive what the Phils are doing, and I'm excited. I'm excited for them in the sense, as not being, necessarily a Phils fan, just watching it is just like insane. Unlike anything I've seen in baseball in I don't know how long. Like, I haven't seen like a home field like this. Like, I don't know if ever. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, even my dad yesterday was like, the 99 Yankees weren't this fun to watch. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
It's just like home run. Like, it's crazy.
My favorite quote ever from the movie Moneyball, and it gets all quiet and they say, "How can you not be romantic about baseball?" And it just shows all the fans coming together and all that good stuff, and this is what it reminds me of for sure.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Awesome.
I did have one more question, but it kind of slipped from my head. What was I going to ask? I don't know. Game three preview. So we got Suarez versus Brandon Pfaadt, right? Game 3. That's tomorrow as we record here on Wednesday night. Interesting decision, in my opinion, to go with the righty as an opener. Is he a starter or is he like an opener guy? I didn't do my research. Do you know, Braeden?
I'm pretty sure he's been an opener.
Opener. So here's my point. If you're going with an opener, and he'll may pitch the first 1, maybe 2 innings, you have lefty Schwarber, righty Trey, and then lefty Harper. I don't know why they're going with a righty here. Unless they like the analytics or something that I'm missing, but. I don't know. You saw the righties against Schwarber and Harper first 2 games. Didn't really work out too well. But maybe there's a method to the madness that I'm missing. I'm sure we'll find out first inning tomorrow. There.
If you just look at their ERA in the playoff, like, obviously the advantage immediately goes to the Phillies and Suarez. Like, I don't know if you can really. There's not much more you can really say. I know he started a few games in the playoffs. I couldn't tell you exactly his success. Actually, I got it right here. Yeah, 2023 postseason from what I could see, and I don't know if this is updated. He literally had his MLB debut on May 3rd of this year, wow. Which is pretty funny. And he's, his ERA is almost 4. So he's got 7 innings pitched. His WHIP's 1.43. So, like, I don't know.
It'll be interesting. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think you definitely got to give the advantage to Suarez, but.
All right. I think I got everything off my chest.
Yeah.
Braeden, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm excited to see who the Phils will likely be playing in the World Series, and it'll definitely be entertaining regardless. I expect the World Series, especially if it's the Rangers the Rangers, the way they're batting, like, that's just going to be a slugfest. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Astros, give me the rematch. That's cool, too, so.
Frankie, one more question for you before we hop off here. I usually ask this to all Phillies fans. Give me your favorite Philadelphia Phillies memory? Could be in person or on TV. What's your favorite one if you had to pick?
My favorite moment ever was I would throw back to '08. Brad Lidge gets the save for the World Series championship. My favorite player was Ryan Howard growing up, and the first person to hit the mound to celebrate was Howard, and he smoked Brad Lidge and Carlos Ruiz together on the mound. Whole team goes celebrating. I was at home watching it with my parents and my sister, and just being a kid, seeing your favorite team grow up, win a championship like that, I'm forever craving that same feeling. So watching the Phillies have success kind of just feels like my childhood story. So that's my favorite memory for sure.
There you
That's
go. Yeah,
awesome.
hopefully pulling for you. Hopefully they can get it done here in 2023. Go Phillies. Thank you everyone for listening. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Frankie, show your friends the episode. Tell them, make sure they leave a like, make sure they subscribe. And
Absolutely.
thanks everyone for listening. Collin, Braeden, Frankie, go Phils.